Hello, and welcome back to Fate Extra. So, last time we went ahead with the whole Alice route, did everything we needed, and now we're just gonna have to fight the boss, which is honestly, if you know what you're doing, it's the easiest boss because all her attacks are predetermined. There's no randomness in it. So, without any other thing to say, let's keep going. Today is the elimination battle. I trust your preparations went smoothly. I turns towards a voice coming from behind me. He wears the clothes of a priest, which is only ends up making his snide tongue more jarring. Come to the first floor. Right, sorry. When ready, you can do something trifling like stop by the commissary if needed. Apparently finished, he opens the door and lets himself out. In preparation for the elimination battle, I should go to the chapel and the commissary. Or I could go to my personal room and sort out my information of the enemy servant. And then once that's in order, I'll go where Kotsumini is. Indeed. So, as always, let's go into the second floor, so we can talk to our servant. There he is. Anything to say?
休憩は十分のようだな。では、いつものルーチンワークといこう。
That's an odd expression. Alright, organize your information. It's time. If I don't overcome my smiling, precocious enemy, the flame of life that will be snuffed out is my own. Kill or be killed. Both choices are terrifyingly cruel, but I cannot lose. It would be good to review all the things that have happened this week one by one. First, there was the friend who turned out to be a monster. I thought it was a berserker. Right, from the ferocious intensity of Alice's friends displayed, it was positive it was a berserker. Next, Alice erected the reality marble in the arena. It was a reality marble so large it blanketed half the arena. It has the ability to remove from existing, retard all motions except running, shrink your body, remove you from existence. That's right, Alice proclaimed that inside of it, people would forget their names. Then they would forget they existed entirely. It was scary. However, I was to believe that the monster was her servant. Then the Alices would be twin masters. According to rules established by the Holy Grail, there can only be one master per servant. So then, how could there be two Alices and a summoned monster? The answer to that puzzle is the monster is a master. Both Alices are actually the same person. One of the Alices is a servant. Toku Ozaki pointed out that to me, berserkers are incapable of using reality marbles. Then, while I was researching in the library, Alice herself said that the Jabberwock wasn't her servant. Here's my thought. It's all the same thing. The Jabberwock, the reality marble, they're part of the noble phantasm created by the other Alice. Matrix 3. E. And then, there's the fact that Alice's very existence seems to mingle with her servant's. Alice's servant can't exist without Alice's dreams, and Alice can't live without her servant. Which makes sense if she's been dead, probably a long time. Alice is stuck in a dream, always trying to grant her own last wishes. Alice's servant's identity is the best described as the channel, through which Alice's dreams manifest. And we can save. Oh, that was weird. Game lagged there for a second. Let me see if everything's okay. Yeah, okay. Leave the room. Oops, nope, Matrix. You can take a look at the thing. It's just things you already looked at in the other playthrough. If you want to take a look at it, it's here. Pretty short, all things considered. It's just basically, this version is Alice in Wonderland, which I think pretty much everyone already knows it. Let me see, we have a little bit of level, so let's go ahead to the church. And increase Archer's stats. We do have enough to put Wing of Crane, which is actually pretty good. Defense is what we're trying to level right now. Not enough for a level, but it's better than nothing.
ここからだ。魔術回路の調整が。
Alright, we got something new to look at. We can take a look at what it does. Wing of the Crane. Target enemy. Inflicts projection damage on an enemy. It doesn't require projection, but it does. I think it does more damage the more projection you do. So, without anything else, let's go. You will now enter the Colosseum and confront the opposing master. Are you ready? Remember, the only way to leave the Colosseum is if you win. You are ready? I will open the gate. Wait, actually. That's one option I've never considered. Once you're ready, come back here. I almost forgot to switch equipment again. Let's put on this one. And let's switch this one for there we go. Alright, we're ready. The way to the Colosseum is now open, young master. I wish you the best of luck and hope that you will return. Remember, it's kill or be killed. In we go. Yay, playtime again. What do you want to play today? Hide and seek, tag, or play house? Let's play tag. Alice wants to play hide and seek. Alice is the best ever at hiding. Even from the lady. Yeah, even from the lady. Yeah, we're really good at hiding from people. The lady wouldn't even find us, even if the lady looked really, really hard. And then we're gonna cut off her head when she is looking for us. Are we really? Uh-huh, because anyone who's bad at the games gets their head cuts off. That's what the rules in Wonderland, remember? But we can't do that and hide all at the same time. Right, because if no one finds us, we'll get lonely. Uh-huh, we'll really lonely. So just beat up the lady if she can't find us. Let's talk about fun things. Don't get in the way. I'm not talking to you right now, yellow lady. Yep, Alice is talking to Alice right now. That's right, Alice only talks to Alice. I thought you were the same as us, the exact same as us. I thought Alice wasn't going to be lonely anymore. If you don't like me, then I don't need you, lady. Alice is the only one Alice needs. She's the only Alice for Alice. You're not my Alice, lady. I don't need you anymore, lady. You're in the way now. Oh, they hate you now. Well, whether they like you or not, you still have to kill them. It's easier if they give you the cold shoulder, then we can ignore each other's feelings. But if you want to play with us, then this is the one time to play with you, lady. You're so nice, Alice. Then Alice will play with the lady too. Let's have a lot of fun. Don't run away, Kay. We're at war, Alice. War? Nuh-uh. Alice doesn't like that. We don't like playing. It's so much fun to play with Alice. It's super duper happy. Alice loves to play with Alice, and I'm super duper happy. Lady, you're not our friend, but we'll play with you just for today. We'll all have fun together. Let's all be happy together. Off we go. The elevator vibrates to a halt. We're here. There we go, in the palace. Now, as always, we have like 8 to 9 turns. Alice wants to thank you for playing lots and lots this week. Alice had so much fun. We haven't had so much fun in a long time. Alice is happy and says thank you too. But we're all done playing with you now, lady. Alice wants to play with just Alice now. Don't need you anymore, lady. I'm gonna miss you, but it's time to say bye-bye. What do we say next? You forget already? It goes like this. Now, good thumb, your work is done. The tale is at its end. My dreams at dark embrace your heart. Tonight curtain does descend. With great mirror, I'll cut off your head. Life from your body's rend. Yeah, I'm done with this off with their head business. I'm not gonna get killed by a kid. I'm not a big fan of kids. How about you? If these ones want to stay on the battlefield, they better grow up. I pity them, but they need to learn that no dream lasts forever. You would know, wouldn't you, Archer? Alright, off we go.
手早く片付けよう。
今日だけは一緒に遊んであげるね。
Live or die by the sword. We got level E.
永遠に続く夜はない。夢から覚める時だ。
いいえ、ずっと続くわ。この悪夢はずっと。私たちが飽きるまでずっと。
Alright, let's go ahead and use fortification. Since they both use attack right now, so let's just do this, and then we can use Wing of the Crane just to look at it.
切り込むか。
こんがり美味しくしてあげるね。
They do a little bit damage, that's alright.
私だけいればいいの。
Then she gets White Queen Enigma. We got this, that's perfect.
だな。
2, 3, and now we can take a look at Wings of the Crane. After that one.
おっかないの。
It's that special move he does, right?
真に無欠にして万歳。
Does a lot of damage. Right, after this,
いいね。私。
let's use Weaken. See if that sticks.
もっと楽しみましょう。
And defend. This, and Wings of the Crane, and Wings of the Crane again.
ちょぎちゃう。
布石を打たせてもらおう。
Hopefully it sticks. Let's see. It does. Awesome.
追いかけたくなっちゃうよね。ウサギとか。
We guarded. That's awesome.
朝かだな。
We got more fortification, which is awesome. Now, Wings of the Crane again.
真に無欠にして万歳。
800. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I think it gets more powerful the more stacks we get of that.
叩き込む。
400. Yeah, that's a shame. Well, we got ways to heal, so let's do that.
やだ。お日様陰ってきた。
MP
安心
heal.
して
He
私。
starts off with
私
this.
たちは永遠よ。
Wings of the Crane. We can defend. Wings of the Crane again. Let's see. She does. No, she does defend. So let's break, and then use the Wings of the Crane here.
ちょぎちゃうよ。
まだまだ。見えた。取られた。
We are 5 stacks now.
覚悟3年。叩き込む。
1,000. Yep, it's definitely we get more powerful the more stacks we have.
幸せって子もいると思うの。
Shit, I forgot this one gets stunned us. That's alright, she defended anyway, so we're good. That should do it, really. Yep, there we go.
真に無欠にして万歳。
It's really easy once you know what her attack is. And also, it's a good way to help visualize how much damage Wings of Crane does. We're disappearing. Oh, it's over already. Why? Servant Alice firmly grasps Master Alice's hand. They get linked to each other. Their voice is plaintive. Alice was alone for so long. Nobody noticed me. I had no home, and I was sad for a long, long time. And then Alice found Alice to belong to, and we were so happy. We even had a home. Sorry about that. That's all we needed, forever and ever. Just like that, that's all we needed.
そんな。
Why does it gotta end? Why did it take out our happiness away? Why? Shh, it's okay. Alice gives a small smile. Alice, I already knew that everything would go bye-bye. I don't remember it very well, but I'm probably already dead. My body isn't in that hospital anymore. Alice is like a box with nothing inside it. There was never anything since the beginning. Yep, even back in the hospital there was no Alice left inside Alice. No one noticed Alice. I was alone. It hurt. No one treated Alice like a person. I was the same after Alice came to Wonderland too. Alice was so alone. That's why I know that my home here and my Alice will go far away soon. But, lady, you cared about Alice, didn't you? Yes. Uh-huh. You always paid attention to Alice, lady. It's 'cause you were like Alice, lady. Except you still have a real place to go home to somewhere. Thank you, Alice, for being my friend, for always being with me. And thank you, lady, for seeing Alice, for playing with Alice. I really wanted to play a little more, but bye-bye. Off she goes. With the sunlight crumbling of the sugar, Alice glitters for a moment, and then she's gone. It's definitely the saddest death in this game. I am a reflection. This time I was Alice in the looking glass. Even when I'm summoned the next war, I won't be Alice as I am now. I'm always some fanciful creation. The real Alice is a mystery, but being Alice's servant made me happy. Right before she crumbled away, a single drop falls from her eye. Why am I crying when I know that even if I cry, I'll never be a real thing? See you later, nursery rhyme. At least you're happy in grand order. The Lincoln girl chases after her sweet master. I should be used to the harsh rules of the Holy Grail War by now, but I can't desensitize myself. If this is natural, then this system is twisted at its core. And so the girl disappeared. I didn't wish for her to die, I didn't wish for anything, but I still led to her death. This is the third death I've caused. The rules of the Holy Grail demand that I kill. But that girl will never see another day because of me. The guilt weighs heavily on my soul. You are lamenting the death of your opponent. A warm, caring voice breaks through my gloom. The loss of a life is a sad affair, especially for its consequences of the ruthlessness of war. Ruthlessness? I think pointlessness would be more accurate. Point taken. However, you fight to have another choice, you either kill or die. There is no mercy to be found in war, and the sadness of causing death is still there. But humanity dreams of the Holy Grail's power. They entrust their hopes into a higher power. They do this because they know that they aren't capable of doing what's best for all. More so than death. This fact is that saddens me the most, said Leo. That's really pathetic. People who can't save themselves and us are already damned. Those words right of someone who sees himself as a savior of the world in chaos. Wait, before you pass judgment. I was born and raised to be king of the world. I'll remember your grief and your pain, so that one day none will have to die for nothing. I have joined this battle in order to end the world's cycle of suffering and deprivation. Once control is restored, I can put an end to the conflicts brought on by the scarcity and want. Isn't that what you desire? For the grief of her death to have meaning? In a perfect society, all people must be equal. To save the world, there must be equilibrium. Though his ideas are poison, there is seductiveness to his words that is hard to ignore. Or maybe his ideas are that's needed to heal the fractured world. The boy's oddly comforting voice lifts my spirits, which has sunk after Alice's death. What a way to comfort someone. This person's totally clueless. Being bombastic helps nothing. Suddenly forcing her way into the conversation was none other than Rin. The unrestrained hatred in her voice perfectly matches the animosity in her expression. I overheard your little spiel. It's what I expected from the plutocratic Harway family. I care about all. I wish nothing more than to see a world where everyone has their place. And of course that place is under your rule, with you deciding who lives and who dies, correct? Your world is a place where you alone decide whether a child is to be fed or left to starve. There is a person's entire life is dictated by the whims of the Harway family's desires. However, you are not a god. If you want to live as you do now forever, go ahead, I don't care. But for me, I cannot and will not accept things as they are currently now. If you wish to build a country that dominates by saints, fine, just leave humanity out of it. So, my information about you being a potential insurgent was correct after all, Miss Tosaka. You assume that I understand your position and that you were wrong. However, you need to realize that the efficient distribution of resources depends on proper management. I can assure you that my family has no plans to stockpile goods for financial gain. Once you see how we rule, you will understand our grand design for the well-being of humanity. I am aware of the Harway's plan for prosperity, everyone in their place with no place for dissent. A paradise based on stasis and class immobility, no change and no hope for a better future. Stability at the expense of hope and joy, a world where people merely exist. I mock everyone who choose that path. Living as merely one of the flock doesn't appeal to me. Miss Tosaka, that is because you have an inherent strength that the masses lack. Perhaps it's good to feel that you're in the fight to preserve your very existence. However, would you wish for all of mankind suddenly to be given the same strength? Huh? I mean, that is to say, of course you wouldn't. You are all too aware of your selfishness and your pride. Because of that, you could not share your pain with those without the strength to bear it. I could and I would. I'm not so soft-hearted as you make me out to be. Is that so? Well, you always help those in need. Your compassion will lead to your defeat. What did you just say? Joy is ephemeral. In order to save humanity, you must first be willing to let them die. The world needs a strong leader, Miss Tosaka, and once I gain the power of the Holy Grail, I will be the one true king. My virtue will illuminate the darkness that engulfs the world. The European plutocrats control 30% of the world, and none have voiced their discontent. Opposition to our rule comes from outside the farm, to expand on your analogy a little. In short, either join the flock or be slaughtered. Our current view is that the population of the Asian regions are, expendable. Of course, we have plans to integrate the region should they choose to support our aims. I think we agreed on something. Okay, I understand perfectly now. What exactly do you understand? That I was right in entering the Holy Grail War this time around. So, Leonardo Bistardo Harway, heir apparent to the head of the plutocratic Harway family, I swear to you that I will crush your delusions of genocide and despot rule. To be perfectly clear, you intend to kill me? Seeing as I seriously doubt that anyone short of taking your life would stop you, yes. I see. I have faith that someone of your intellect will understand one day. Or maybe you already do. Talk about stubborn. I can't fault your dedication to your megalomaniac delusions, though. Rin's open declaration of war. I don't think it'll escalate hostilities the way it did with Julius. Leo has chosen this path, and she has done so as well. Their battle will be fought within the Holy Grail War. One will win, the other will die. And then those two will eventually disappear. Only I, who has nothing, will remain. Leo's plan, Rin's determination. I have nothing to fight for, yet I continue to fight and kill. Unlike the real world, I can feel the weight of this virtual world press down on me. Even so, I have no choice but to fight. I refuse to continue to fight. I will find a reason to go on. Let's try this one for now. Of course, it's not that simple. There's no time, and it will all end in the fourth round when the fourth round begins. I can't lie to myself any longer. I can't continue knowing it's all for nothing. I'm worth something. I have to fight on. If my opponents must die so I can live, so be it. I have nothing to base that assertion on. Right now I have nothing. Sorry, I am nothing. That's why I need to find the reason for all of this. Any reason, even if it's a bad one. Just as long as it's nothing I'd be ashamed of when it comes time to face my opponents. There's Archer sleeping. And we got everything from this day. Let's take a look at Alice's stuff. Just nursery rhyme. Just take a look at it if you want. There we go. Off we go. Into the next one. This is where the route splits, so starting from here, I will talk to the NPCs, since it is going to be slightly different. until the Julius fight. Then after that, I think there's one more difference, and then, but at that point, there's basically no NPCs left. So, yeah. The air is tense. The tension in the air reminds me of how it feels to be an opponent pairing its announcement. The pairing hasn't been announced, however. I recognize the two girls in front of the bulletin board. The girl in red is Rin Tosaka, and the other girl is at the same age as Rin, or a little older. The girls size each other up, and without a word, each glances away from the other. One of these two girls will die. That is the fate of that is decided. Hello, creepy Julius. Rin Tosaka and Rani 8 are equally powerful. I can only gain from one taking the other out. And I'm not the only witness. It's Julius. We walks over to the bulletin board after the two have left. Neither side will hold back in the battle. If I could watch the fight, I could learn quite a bit. Without a single glance this way, he leaves. I really don't understand, but I'm nervous anyway. I always thought this thing was a bit weird, because I always think that all the rounds take place at the same time, right? Only instanced, so nobody interferes with each other. But no, apparently it's at different days, which is weird. Which is an odd way to do things. The moment I see Rin Tosaka, I know the time has come. Like, this one takes place 2 days after my battle, so it's definitely weird. Her body language is as aloof as ever, but I can see the focus in her gaze. Today's the day they fight. One of them will die. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Julius. That's nothing unusual, but it worries me for some reason. What Julius said from the bulletin board about Rin and Rani's battle is still bugging me. Maybe it would be a good idea to track down Julius. From outside the multimedia room, I hear a faint voice. I put my ear to the door in order to hear better. It's Julius. I can't make out the details, but he's talking about a program code. I knew it. The firewall around the battlefield is just too strong. The security is highest there. I sense him moving and shuffling away from the door. In a panic, there is nowhere to hide. It's you. His aura's murderous intent makes my heart leap out of my chest, but then he promptly leaves. Even though he tried to kill me in the past, Julius doesn't seem to register my existence. Maybe it's not worth it for him to suffer yet another penalty for fighting outside the arena. The multimedia room is a bit bigger than a regular classroom. At the front of the room is a screen. Instead of a ceiling projector, there is an old-fashioned film projector. That's odd. It could have been here all the time for all I know. I never visited this room. There's something different about that film projector. My servant's right. The film projector seems to be warping the very air, well, data around it. Something must have been done to it, probably by Julius. For what purpose? As I reach out to inspect it, a bunch of program. Weird. When I touch it, sparks went flying in my brain. I think I was attacked by some program. But although it makes me dizzy, the effect passes immediately. I don't think it did any damage. I wonder what it was. Somehow I don't think it was Julius' doing. I'm pulled off from my reverie to the earth-splitting sound of weapon. Someone means business. I brace myself, thinking Julius has returned, but he's nowhere to be seen. Then suddenly, an image emblazons itself in my brain. Rani. Next to her slim form is a giant servant, and facing her are Rin Tosaka and her servant. This must be the elimination battle between the two of them. The film projector spins into motion, projecting images from the battle into the screen. Now we got to see the cutscene of them fighting. Alright, I finally stopped fighting. Getting to watch other masters fight would be a huge advantage in a war like this where information is crucial for the survival. It goes without saying that it's a total violation of the rules, but I'd expect nothing less of Julius. In any case, why did Julius leave halfway through? What was his plan, or did something go wrong? Master, I don't think you can afford to miss this. My servant draws the attention to the screen. Rin and Ronnie are facing each other. The form of their servants can be made out clearly. The image quality isn't bad per se, it's more like there's a masking effect overlaid to hide them. Even with the security measure, I can tell both servants wield long shafts. They're both lancers then. My eyes only see the sparks from the lances, as each thrust carries stripes in defense. Ronnie's servant seems massively all-powerful, but Rin isn't giving an inch. Either one of them could win. It'll be her win if this keeps up. Archer quietly gazes at the girl in red. Rin Tosuka. His voice is curious free of his normal bite. They appear equally matched, but the master of the big guy is just doing the equivalent of button mashing. He keeps throwing his strength around, but it's no use. This will be like David and Goliath. Well, just like in Go, one dumb mistake and misread there could still lose her game. Rin notices she's winning too. Her posture is full of confidence. On the other hand, there is a hint of alarm in Ronnie's otherwise expressionless face. There we go. And then the clash suddenly stops. I can't make out what's going on, but I can tell there's some space between the two opponents now. One who backed off was Ronnie. The servant contorts and starts gathering energy. Even though the blurry screen, I can see the inordinate amount of power is being summoned. I am sorry, Professor. I must return to the chassis of light and life you bestowed upon me. Maximum velocity, infinite helm of the northern sky. Mode Osiris. Continuation of duties deemed impossible. In case of failure, destruct myself along with Moon. Performing final directive. Wait, what? Atlas, you monkey, can pull off crazy stuff like this? You fool, this isn't something to self-destruct over. After taking a beating from Rin, Ron must be intending to use it as a last resort. Never mind, Rin, would that liquefy the entire arena? She's using her command seal. That's a trump card that can only be used twice in the entirety of the war, and Ron just used one. No, her command seal isn't what's causing the horrendous power to well up within her. Her heart is a kiln on the verge of exploding. Anyone who saw her right now could tell. Ronnie's body was built with the capacity to overload like this. Your magic circuits are critical convergence. You don't need to throw your life away like this. Ooh-wee, a kamikaze, huh? Rin's servant addresses her with a flippant tone, totally unsuited for the intensity of the situation. Her heart is made of ether line. Before she blows up the arena, skewer her with the core with your noble phantasm. Oh, I like when you're desperate. What a treat. Alright, it's finally time to end this. At Rin's command, Lancer takes a stance, gathers his strength, and builds until... That blow should settle the battle. Although she has the upper hand, one wrong move and she'll lose. No attack could counter that move. It's enough to destroy them both. It can only be blocked head-on. But can she do it? Rin Tosuka's servant is a heroic spirit made for one-on-one combat. Ronnie's servant, meanwhile, is a living fortress. He could expel armies. But maybe not that spear. If we wait, two of our strongest opponents will eliminate each other without us lifting a finger. His mischievous grin twists into a frown when he looks at me. That look. Don't tell me when to save one of them. I don't realize that I was telegraphing my emotions, but more importantly, what did my servant just say? Could there be a way to save them? It sounds like Archer might be... it sounds like it might be, but Archer wasn't enthusiastic. Yeah, there's something you can do. Look at your left hand. He points at my command seals. The screen is a bridge to where they are. It isn't impossible to get there, but it would be teleporting into a sealed area. That couldn't happen without the help of a command seal. So it's actually impossible. Still, command seals exist to make miracles happen. While I'm there, I'll get dragged into battle. I'll probably need a second command seal to survive. So I'll end up using 2 command seals to save an enemy. Still sure you want to do it? Alright, here we go. The route split finally. I'll use a command seal to rescue Rin. Ran is going to self-destruct any second. I'm going to listen to my heart and save Rin. My servant springs into action with no sign of disapproval. Time is of the essence. Of course you won't disapprove of this. Power surges from my feet, electrifying the air and bending the floor. Space warps around me. The distortion rips a hole in the screen. My servant leaps towards it, and the world melts into streaks. My vision goes black from the rapid acceleration. My hand tingles when the command seal burned off. When I open my eyes, I find myself in the arena. Out of the frying pan into the fire, literally. The air sparks of the arena beginning to melt around Ranni. Ranni knows why I'm intruding in her fight, and the blatant hostility is poured upon me. The differences of ability levels is painfully clear. Master, your command seal. Use your command seal to keep us victorious until the Seraph Force termination activates.
うぞむぞがよく湧くものだ。令状使え。一度だけ切り抜ける。
Nah, we don't really need it. Right, but anyways, we can save anyway, so yeah. So the thing here, we just use weaken until we can't do anything else. There we go. We do this for 3 turns and we're done, and we're golden. Yonk. It'll take a while for the animations to go, but it's the safest bet to do this. Yonk. I know he has a skill. He used the skill, I think in the second or last turn. Oh no, that one. That's where he uses it. Fucking hell, my guy. That was close. If we weren't over leveled, we would have died. Jesus. I have to think my strategy when we do the cast it later. In response to a third-party intervention, the Seraph drops the wall between the enemy servants. That's it. This is my chance to rescue Rin. Not even the Seraph can stop Ranni's program. Damn it, we'll be caught in it. She's going to melt the arena down before the Seraph logs us out. We won't make it. Even the protective wall between us and Ranni can't contain the force of her blast. Archer, Rin, and myself will be evaporated instantly. Suppose I don't have much of a choice. Looks like I'm the one who can do something about this. It happens in the blink of an eye. With a curse, Rin's servant dashes through towards Ranni. Like a blue comet, he zooms through the wall, even as the enemy servant's spear races across his right side. Lancer! Hey, little girls like you shouldn't play with big girl toys. I've accepted my own fate, but I can't leave you at peace with it if you threaten those I want to protect. Through a storm of flashes in the overheating air, the lance continues unerring, running Ranni through. The round lance barbs scour the flesh from her ribs as it pushes in and through. Caught in the lance as it falls to the ground is a heart and lung system constructed of opal. Time, per regulations, a forced withdrawal will now be performed on Akuro Kishinami. Everything happens at once. The heart explodes behind me, creating a massive shockwave of data corruption. The world is crumbling, but I am holding Rin's hand. Ranni's large servant collapses around her, protecting his fallen master from the wave of data. And then... Ah, damn it, ow! That bastard took off my damn right side. Cut cleanly through in half of his body, the blue-clad servant sits alone before the wave of data. It is hopeless for him. He has no time to get help, and eventually, with that wound... Don't worry about me. This is a reality in the battlefield. We do what I can, little lady. At least, I'm grateful my master was able to survive. Now I just need to work on finding a way to defend people without getting myself killed. Yeah, you do that a lot, don't you? My lady master is going to be livid. It's your job to calm her down in my place, okay? The wisecracking smile suddenly disappears into white. Although I feel I can see the arena will fill with light, my mind is eviscerated by tiny impacts. I come to in the multimedia room. The command seal in my left hand is now smaller, but my exhausted servant and Raynor are by my side. Where am I? You... why? Those words are all she can manage. She blacks out. The intense battle, followed by the rapid acceleration of teleportation, must have completely drained her. The film projector is gone still, and the screen is dark. Rin is taken to the nurse's office after she collapsed. She is still asleep when I pay a visit. According to the doctor, that's also something weird. We only see the nurse, Sakura, we never see who the NPC doctor is. She woke up earlier, feeling okay. I'll wait around until she wakes up again. Come to think of it, I haven't heard of Peeper, my servant, in a while. They must be angry.
やってくれたな。
Did you think I'd be angry with you? Forget it, I'm over that now. Yeah, actually I think he would be happy, really. Considering his whole shtick is saving people. I do think it's justice or whatnot, saving people and stuff. I think he'll approve a little bit, even if he won't outright show it. Right now I'm trying to come to terms with how hopeless and naive my master is for helping an enemy. Meaning he's still angry. Maybe you can explain to me why saving this enemy was so important to you to use your command seal? Never mind, at least spare me the cheap philanthropy. In this war, everything but the victor. Archer vanishes, his words cutting off mid-sentence. I guess he must have noticed Rin waking up. Long after, her eyes flutter open, and she looks over at me, and then... You! What were you thinking? Rin goes off from comatose to bitch in 3 seconds flat. I love that sentence. That sentence is one of my favorites in this game. You're a participant in the Holy Grail too! Why would you do something so moronic like save me? And don't give me nonsense about me being about to die. My victory was right around the corner. Ranni's self-destruct was bad news, but Lancer was capable of stopping her and her servant. Hey, let me see your command seal. So you did use one. I figured as much. Don't you regret using it, seeing how you're handicapped from the future right now? I already know she's prideful and her servant warned me. Still, I didn't think she'd be so damn angry for helping. What are you staying quiet for? Do you regret what you've done or not? I have no regret. You still don't get it, do you? That is, this war is unforgiving. There's no cure for idiocy. And I'd be an idiot to say thanks to an idiot like you. She grumbles irritably, thanking me in her own way, I think. Well, whatever. It still doesn't sit well with me, but you have my gratitude. Thanks. Alright, that's enough of that. On to the main issue. I left the arena before my win or loss was determined, so my command seals are intact. By the same token, without a win, I've effectively dropped out of the tournament. Get it? I'm an anomaly in the system now, disconnected from the logic of the Holy Grail War. Rin displays her hand. The command seals are still there, but they've turned grey in color. Honestly, even if I'd won, I would have taken significant damage and lost in one of the next fights. This way, I still have a chance. I may no longer be able to attain the Grail, but I can defeat Leo. Although I prefer to fight to the end with Lancer, now I can think like that. Anyways, what you did may have been a stroke of genius. Don't get me wrong, no way I'm praising you for being reckless. Either she's embarrassed or still kinda mad, because her expression morphs into a pout. It was worth it seeing her just to see this expression, but if I told her that, she'd probably yell at me again though. Okay, on to the next issue. Was everything up until now not important to Miss Tosaka? To Miss Rin Tosaka? To be honest, I've had enough. What are you saying? I wanted to thank you, and I thanked you. I'd just like to discuss a crucial topic, if that's okay with you. How'd you disrupt our battle? The elimination battle's firewall should have been impervious, even to a command seal. Trying to break through the firewall could have caused the system to fry your brain. Self-attack program. I remember having to deal with it at first, but I don't seem to be affecting me anymore. That can't be right. Oh man, this is creepy, even the music stopped. That can't be right. Even if your body is safe, your brain wouldn't be able to handle the strain. Oh, speaking of which, aren't you... a look of shock washes over her face, leaving an expression of confusion in its wake. And it's back. Never mind, I was just thinking out loud. Forget I said anything. Anyways, don't try any more idiotic moves. The Seraph won't allow you to get away with it twice. Her warning delivered, Rin begins to rise out of the bed, then stops as if something just occurred to her. Hey, does the name Twice Beastman ring a bell to you by any chance? Twice? I can't recall hearing that name. I might have heard that name before, but why bring him up now?
So,
No reason really. You kind of remind me of him. Never mind, forget I asked. After saying that, she drifted off into her own thoughts. And Archer's fast asleep. Let me take a look at the time. I think... yeah, we have time to at least see who the next opponent is.
力を持つがゆえに道を踏み外す。道を踏み外すために逸脱した力を願う。この矛盾もまた人間の証である。紛争のない世界。調和に満ちた世界でさえ特例は現れる。何のために？
The next combatant will be announced in the second floor bulletin board. It's the fourth such notice, and the bell that signals the 7th-day countdown to my next battle sounds. It begins again. My hands are stained with the blood of 3 people, and I still remain. I've even taken the life of a child. Master or not, Alice was still a young girl. I wonder if I deserve to be alive, and what is my reason for continuing on. Shinji was determined to survive until the end, even as he screamed in panic that he didn't want to die. Though Dan was true of heart, he died still believing that every battle has true meaning. And Alice, who was just a lonely lost little child, who only wanted someone to play with. The one who overcame them all, took their lives in the process, was me, using my servant as a weapon. I wonder if my purpose is enough to compensate for taking their lives. My purpose, to avoid death. As for what Dan said, that he wanted me to find the meaning in my battles, could I really find something like that inside myself when I don't even know who or what I am? Even if my memories that were erased before the prelims were to return, could I find it within me, to find meaning in any of my fights? Alright, let's take a look at this. Next to my name, there's a big white sheet of paper. My next opponent name, written large, Lil Ronnie. There we go, we have more differences from now on. We have a different master to fight this in the Rin route. So let's go ahead and see what she looks like. This is my next opponent. Before I can further ponder the strange name, a nasty case of chills runs down my spine. For someone definitely has me in their sights. I don't think they're meant to kill me at the moment. It's a clown. If we thought the other guy was weird, wait until we see her. Curly red hair, clown makeup, and the costume. Awkward gangly figure. Why does this ring a bell? Yeah, This reminds me of a smiling mascot I saw in the newspaper ad at a hamburger joint. Yep, that's his McDonald's reference. This clown isn't happy, not at all. Her beady eyes glisten dark and slimy, like a snake's. Yeah, I like you. Super duper. Super duper. Yep, super creepy to her. My opponent mutters to herself, swaying to and fro in a bizarre dance as she leaves. And also pay attention to the "you look yummy" things, because it'll be important later. Oh, so that's the next opponent. How fortunate. With an opponent like that, you won't show the necessary unnecessary sympathy. Whatever she is, she's dangerous. With the announcement of my opponent, the prep period begins, but I can't bring myself to care. What the hell am I? Why am I here? How did I end up as a master in the Holy Grail War? These three questions race through my mind, making it impossible to concentrate on anything else. Wow, aren't you the sensitive one? You did save someone, if that makes me feel any better. In fact, maybe you should go and visit the poor girl. Seeing her might cheer her up a bit. Listening to Archer talk reminds me of something. The one I saved during using my command seals to disrupt her elimination battle should be in the nurse's office now. I wonder if she's alright. It may be selfish thought on my part, but I wonder if going to see her will change anything. I should probably go to the nurse's office later and visit her. Alright, we can take a look at the matrix. I will read her matrix since she didn't show up in the last part. Right, for now, let's go ahead and talk to Archer. And talk to everyone before we go speak to Rin.
これで折り返しか。分かっていたことだが、校内も静かになってきたな。
Yep, half the people have already died. More than half.
興味本位で参加した魔術師たちは軒並み脱落し、残った者は永久の魔術師かシリアルキラーだけときた。まあ、どちらの扱いも慣れたものだがね。犯罪者を超法規的に取り締まるのは私の得意とするところだよ。
We had to put the legal there to cover his bases. Alright. You have to fight that weird clown this time, right? I saw earlier and wow, what a creep show. Yep, they do have a little bit of a different dialogue. So you're here at the nurse's office, eh? We already saw this one. It's not related to the opponent. I came to the library hoping to glean at the tiniest speck of information about my enemy, but all that I accomplished was sinking my time into a fruitless quest. Suddenly my eyes stop on a book that's fine white and textless. I feel drawn to it. I pull the book open. Inside is the following. We must travel to the last century for the discovery of a certain massive structure, an ancient artifact. Yeah. Hailing to the distant past, formed by non-human technologies. In time, it will become known as the Holy Grail. However, the nature of the makeup and construction remains a mystery of unknowable end to mankind. It is doubtful humans will ever unlock the secrets to the moon cell's unique construction. Oh, you discovered this book as well. At some point, Leo and his servant walked behind me. It seems that book contains data that only masters of a certain level can access. Don't mind me, enjoy the read. Leo's suddenly appearance made me nervous, but I want to learn more about the Holy Grail. For long, though, we learned the artifact that was in operation. The Holy Grail observed the Earth. For eons, it has recorded activity on Earth, all of it, even individual lives, ideologies, and souls. The Holy Grail is up to the second blueprint of the Earth. Some say it's a divine relic. Eons of life on Earth recorded. That's extraordinary. So extraordinary that I can barely process it. Surprise! That book is a mere introduction to the Holy Grail. The Harvey family knows more. We always even know the material that composes the Holy Grail. Come back here if you're interested. Leo and his servant leave. What's inside the book is just the tip of the iceberg. If that's the case, then what does he know? I'm not gonna ask him about that since we already did in the last playthrough. I am just gonna ignore him. Wow, I have to say, I'm impressed he survived the third round. Alice, Blackmore, and Shinji were all content to be top contenders. You're blessed. Thanks. Yep, it's the same thing. Nothing really to say. We can see if other people have anything to say. Like you. Were you the one who rescued the girl currently asleep in the nurse's office? She's lost her servant. I guess she'll be given special reception. Yeah, I know. Ronnie isn't there for obvious reasons. To go to the first floor and talk to her. Hey there, actually I don't know what I'm saying. Looked like another anorexic party clown, but she looked to me like I was prey. Is that thing a master? Maybe I'll discover reasons to living behind these curtains in the nurse's office. What I discovered is Rin Tosaka quietly nursing her wounds she received in the fight with Rani. What? You need something? Maybe you wanted to laugh at the broken mess I've become. Rin Tosaka's sharp tongue lashes out at me upon sight. It was no casual dig, but a barbed stab meant to injure. You think you saved me by jumping into my fight, didn't you, don't you? How arrogant. Thanks for your intervention, all my plans have come for nothing. I even lost my servant. I hope that makes you happy. I did save her life in order to discover my own reasons for living. She had her reasons to risk her life for the Holy Grail. With my intervention, I managed to waltz into and cripple that reason. When I walk into the silent, pondering, Rin Tosaka glares at me and asks, "Just what are you? Intervening in someone else's battle, disrupting the system in a serious way? Come on, think about it. Masters would form allegiances and go 2-on-1 if they could. But they can't, and still somehow you did. If you're not using magic stronger than I know, then it's hard to imagine, but your body must." What am I? My memories have yet to return, and fighting isn't bringing me any closer to finding my reason. For questions are only natural, I'd like to know the answer too. Well, if you don't know, then I guess it's a work in progress. But since you've defeated me, you better be prepared to win your way through the tournament. After that, Rin Tosaka clams up and doesn't intend to talk again. Our mutual silence is interrupted by a computer terminal beeping. The primary cipher key has been generated. I think it'll be good to follow the prompt on my terminal and leave this place. Shut up! Go home already. Alright. Welcome back, Hakuno. You missed again, how wonderful. I don't have any medicine for you today, but I made a lunch. I hope you like it. Thanks. Let's see if the fountain girl, there she is. Anything special to say? Act of mercy, I think someone comes, sends an enemy. Okay, now it's just talking about that. Let me see if these guys are still here. He is, yeah. Hey player, why'd you have to snack up? This is the nurse's office again. Just real quick, there we go. She's still here, yeah, I think it's on one of the last. Like there she goes. And she's not, it's just talking about the situation. Commissary, we have this guy over here. Yep, it's the same thing. We're good on all things, really. Up. Good day. Huh? Wait, it can't be Rani in front of me. I saw her get stabbed through the heart. The image of Lancer thrusting his weapon through Rani's heart goes unbidden in my mind. As much as I want to forget that scene, it'll haunt me forever, but how? It's something the matter. Her voice is her appearance. It's the same as it ever was. It's if nothing has changed that happened to her. Her heart must have been pierced, or maybe that Lancer hit wasn't her heart at all. It can't be it. Whatever the case, it's obvious she's more than mere mortal. Rani's presence in front of me just rams home Archer's thoughts upon her inhuman nature. Rani 8. I heard that she's an Atlas alchemist, but I'll learn more about that when the time comes to fight her. Seemingly oblivious to my bewilderment, she looks directly at me and says, Hakuno Kishinami, who or what exactly are you? The sudden question catches me off guard. Even more disturbing is the fact that Tosaka asked me the same exact question. If I knew the answer, I wouldn't be so worried about it. To find out exactly what I am, Several people have asked me the same question, and their curiosity is triggered by my suspicion and unease. If I really is so different from the other masters? Any hacker attempting to bypass the arena's firewall should be recorded in the Atlas archives, but I cannot find any record any attempt to do so. Are you really a Spiritron hacker? Even with her speculation about my identity in the open, I still have no answer to give her. I was just playing along with Julius in order to spring as a trap, but ask me who I am. Let me guess. What you truly want is to find who or what you really are, am I correct? Yes, that's exactly it. I want to know. I want to know about myself.
いいでしょう。
Very well. Allow me to give you this. A butterfly's delicate color, a snake eating its own tail. Acceptance is understanding. Without Ronnie, the beautiful bespectacled girl holds out something to me. A knife-shaped pendant. Take that with you into the arena and locate the anomalies that can be found there. Anomaly? What could I possibly... The anomalies are flaws in the arena's construction from when the Moon Cell constructs the Seraph. There are cracks in the world made by the system. They are the source of the anomaly privileged data. Lapses in system protocols are in processed spiritrons, and references to distortion like cyber ghosts, etc. The knife pendant will allow you to access the distortions and extract any information. It's something made after hearing so much about you, but at no means pertinent. Distortions usually contain useful information, and we learn something to ease your concerns. But you must act. Take the pendant to find a distortion. It will activate on its own. If my hypothesis is correct, you will find information in regards to your identity. The clue about my identity. The opportunity to learn about myself will be worth any cost. I gratefully accept your gift, ignoring the potential for danger. If I can find any clue about myself, the world will outweigh the risks. In any case, I'll give it my thanks. No need to thank me. The areas in the arena you will need to find will be shining. Now then, may the stars guide your path through. So I just need to take this into the arena and find those shining areas. To charge this item and find the clues about myself. I'll hunt down the arena's magic hotspots. So yeah, in a way, Ronnie still helps us in this route, like she did in her own. Which is, yeah, she kinda did, because she was the only one who could help us, all things considered. So, without any other things, can talk to him again, see if he has anything to say.
こちらの準備はできている。今回は相手が相手だ。あれこれ悩むのもバカらしい。
We're gonna save and then we're gonna end it for now. Alright everyone, that's gonna be it for now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Fate Extra. Ciao.